Right, here we are with another bottle. It's just about dry enough now. I've squared off the top. That's the thrown back of it. I'm just going to try and find a knife. I don't possess a banding wheel. It's disgusting, I know, but a bucket and a bat will do. Not as if I banned anything. Mark the underneath. I'm ready to trim this off. Okay, now we'll just trim the top of this bit here to get the form of it correct. To score the bottom of this now. It's still quite soft, this actually. Score the top. It's not really that important, I don't think. Well, I suppose it's that important. Belt and braces really. Scoring the top, because I do tend to, I'll show you in a second, I do tend to score it quite deeply when I'm attaching it. I sort of butter the bottom of it with some slip out of the tray. Right. Now you just wiggle it a bit until you find it bite. That's it attached there with the slip, and then what we do now, what I do now is I cut really deeply into it. And what we're doing is we're mixing this clay and this clay together. So you can be quite brutal with it. When I show students this, they blanch a little bit, because the tendency for them to do is they just tease the end over like that, which is nearly use no ornament, to be honest with you. You've got to get right into the clay. Score it deeply. Mix this clay here with this clay at the top. Backwards and forwards. Cross hatchet. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, let's stop with that. I quite like that texture actually. It'd be nice to leave one like that one day. But not yet. And I smooth it. I might cut a bit out of this because it's a bit boring. Makes the video a bit long. It's a little bit wet this, but we're impatient. A bit of pushed in a little bit there, so let's blow it out. Okay, this is just fettling now, so this is going to be boring, so I'll cut off here and I'll show you the next bit we're doing when I've finished modelling it. Okay. Okay, what I've got here is just some slip out my tray. Mixed it up with a whisk, added some iron oxide to it. Simple enough done. I never measure it, just pour a bit in. I mean, I suppose if you were to use dry weights I'd use about 3 or 4% iron, but I never bother. I've used anything flat. This is all I could find at the moment. It's an old coal chisel and I've flattened off the join. I'm just going to band this on. It's quite nice using this crank slip because there's all, you can see it, there's all bits of grog in it that I used to sieve the grog out of it, but I quite like the texture of it now, so I'll leave it in. Plus, it's what burns out when it reduces. You get the iron effect. Sorry, the sort of the little black speckling. Something I've just noticed there, and I've not noticed before, is that there's a natural curve. I was going to put iron oxide slip on the top here, but I'm not going to bother now because I quite like that, the way that that's taken the shape of the natural curve of that bottleneck. So we'll just put a little bit on the rim. And then when this is dry a little bit, I'm going to put a design on it, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that when it's done. And that's that bit. Right, leave it alone, Steve. You end up messing, don't you? Okay. Okay, what we've got here is the design I'm putting on this bottle. I'll just show how I did it. I'm just putting it on two sides. Any tool. This is an old nail. Just use anything. I'm just going to scratch it for the body, the tail. I'll have some wings. Need to make these quite pronounced. Normally when I'm sketching I just use a pencil line quickly, but this is going to have a Temako glaze over the top of it, and I want it to show, I want it to be seen underneath it. So okay, so that's the one, that side. That's the other one, that side. That's it finished.